Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Cloudtechs Club. I hope you all are doing well and finding the content helpful. So in our Git series so far, we have covered an introduction to Git, explored various differences between CVCS and DVCS control systems. I also looked into the Git workflow with the repository, and we have also discussed few features and set up a basic lab environment for the Git and explored Git branching and merging operations so far. For more information, take a look at my earlier lectures on the Git. Now let's move forward and deep dive into few more important concepts of Git. Let's discuss about the concept called Git conflict. In general, conflict occurs when you try to merge the branches. Sometimes two branches may have changes in the same file, but in different ways. When you try to merge them, Git doesn't know which version to keep. This is called a conflict. When a conflict happens, you will need to manually review the file, decide what the file content should be, then save the changes, add the file and commit to the local repository and complete the merge. If data is completely different, then it leads to a conflict. When do conflict happen? Let's see few situations here. Two people added the same line in the same file. One person edits a file that another person deletes, or changes in different branches overlap in way Git can't resolve automatically. Now, in order to resolve the conflict, open the file within the master branch. You will see both the contents. Note, it is not merged yet. You need to fix the content according to the requirement. Once done, it's resolved. Now Git understands this is how it needs to be performed, as you have verified the file yourself in that condition. After editing the file, no need to merge it again. Simply add the file in the staging area and commit. Let's have a quick lab session for Git merge conflict. I'm going to set up a repository here. mkdir git merge conflict. Let's move inside this particular directory and initialize Git. Let's create a file named merge.txt. Let's write content in the merge.txt here. Echo initial content. Control D to come out of it. Now let's add it into the staging area and commit to the local repository. Okay. Let's create and switch to a new branch. Git checkout -b. I will call this branch as feature branch. It will directly take me inside the feature branch, and it will also create the branch called feature branch. So you can see switched to a new branch, feature branch. Let's open the merge.txt. Let's write some content. Changes in feature branch. Control D to come out of it. Now let's add it to the staging area and commit over to the local repository. Okay. Let's switch back to the master branch. So we are in the master branch right now. We can verify with the help of a git branch file, git branch command. Let's write some content into the merge.txt here. Changes in master branch. Control D to come out of it. Git add to add it to the staging area, and git commit to move it to the local repository. Okay. Now let's try to merge the feature branch into the master branch. Git merge feature branch. Now we can see a conflict. Auto merging merge.txt conflict, merge conflict in merge.txt, automatic merge failed, fix conflict, and then commit the results. Git status. The output is showing merge.txt is having conflicts. You have unmerged paths. Fix conflicts and run git commit. Now to resolve the conflict, let's open the merge.txt. We will edit this file. Let me show you the contents after modifying the file merge.txt. Now add the file to staging area. Okay. Now let's commit to the local repository. Branch. Check the commit history to ensure the merge was successful. Git log -- one line. So we can see resolved merge conflict between master and feature branch. Now let's proceed with understanding the concept of git stashing. So git stash is a git command that temporarily parks your changes you have made to your working directory so you can work on something else, then come back and reapply them later. Let's understand this with the help of a small diagram. Imagine you are working on a server, EC2 instance, or a virtual machine where you are having a test directory. where you will initialize the git and by using the command git init. Once the git is initialized, it will be converted into a git repository and having 3 spaces: workspace, staging area and local repository. Now suppose you are implementing a new feature within the workspace and having a file abc.txt where you are writing some code. Your code is in progress within the workspace and suddenly a customer escalation comes in. Because of this, now you have to keep aside your new feature work for few hours. In this condition, you cannot commit or add this particular code into the staging area and the local repository. So you need some sort of a temporary storage where you can store your partial changes and later commit into it. In this situation, Git provides a solution called Git Stash. It's just like a temporary storage where we will park our partial code for some time. Now I will start working on writing the new code within the file, within the workspace. Once the work is done, I will push it into the staging area and within the local repository. Now I will start back again to implement my partial code. I will bring back my partial code from the git stash into the workspace. Will work on it to complete the code. Once the code is completed, I will start adding it into the staging area and from staging area to the local repository by commenting it. I hope this is clear now. Let's jump into the quick lab session for the stash. I'm going to create a folder test stash. I will go inside the test stash and initialize git. So git is initialized here. I'm going to create a dummy file using the touch command, test file 01. Let's move this empty file to the staging area and commit to local repository. -m code file 01. Okay, we have committed this to the local repository. Let's see the active branch. It is master right now. Now let's write a quick code within the test file 01. Bin bash. I'm going to check the list. I'm going to create a mkdir abc directory. Just give it Ctrl D to come out of it. Now suppose the developer got some urgent work and he need to work on the new task. In that case, Git provides a solution to move this partial code into the temporary place called git stash. Now let's use the command git stash to move it into the stash temporary storage. So you can see it's moved here. Okay, now let me see the contents of this file. Now if you will open this particular file, it will be shown empty as data moved to stash, meaning our working directory is empty at this point. Let's run git stash list. You should be able to see one entry for stash. Yeah, so here is the entry. Now the test file 01 is empty Let's write some code, the new task for the developer. Control D to come out of it. Now we have written the new code within the test file 01. Now let's move this file into the stash as well. Let's use the command git stash. So this file also we have moved into the stash. Let's see the git stash list. We can see 2 entries there. Super, we have 2 entries now. Now let's see the content of test file 01. Nothing is there. So far we have written 2 codes and moved them to stash. Now I want to work on my previous task or work which I moved earlier to the stash. Okay. So here is the catch. From entries stash at the rate 0. This is my recent task, and stash at the rate 1, this is my old task. Now I am going to bring my partial code which is there in stash at the rate 1. Okay, let's do it. Git stash apply. I'm just going to copy it, stash at the rate 1. Give it enter. Okay. Now let's see the cat test file contents. Now you can see our old partial code is back into the working directory. Now let's move it to the staging area and then commit over to the local repository. Okay. Now let's apply the same procedure on our second code. I'm going to use the same command, git stash apply stash at the rate. It's going to be 0. Okay. Now looks like it's leading to conflict. Why there is a conflict? You will read this message. Because both file names are same and one is already committed, we need to go ahead and manually modify the file and resolve this conflict. Let's go inside the file. Let me first show you the contents of this test file so you can see. Right, both are having the conflicts right now, so we are going to resolve this conflict. I'm just going to modify the changes. Now let me show you the contents of test file after the modification of file, after resolving the conflict. Now let's add it back. Git commit -m final code. Okay, now it's been committed successfully. Let's do one thing. Let's check the git stash list. Now work is still present within the stash list, right? So let's clear the stash by using the command git stash clear. Now let's run the command git stash list again. So the stash list is empty again. Alright, let's move over to the next section. Let's discuss about the concept called git reset. Git reset is a powerful command that is used to undo local changes to the state of the Git repository. In order to reset the files which are present within the staging area, we can use the command the git reset and the file name. Or to delete whatever the files present within the staging area, we can also use the command the git reset with the space dot. Now if you want to reset the changes from both staging area and the working directory at the same time, we can use the command the git reset -- hard. Let's understand this with a small diagram. Git reset. Let's say we have a server, EC2 instance or a virtual machine. Where we have a directory. Let me make it with a different pen. Now once this test directory gets initialized with git init, it will be partitioned into 3 spaces. Let me name it here. This is workspace. This is staging area. This is local repo z3. Now suppose a developer has created a code file here. Let's say abc.txt, where he has written some code. Let's say a developer 1 here. He has written some code within the workspace directory and moved to staging area by adding this file. abc.txt, and realized there is some mistake within this particular file abc.txt. In that case, if developer wants to reset this file abc.txt within the staging area, only within the staging area, he can use the command git reset file name. In this case, abc.txt. This is the file name, right? In this case. Or if he or she is having multiple files moved to the staging area, in that case command can be used as git reset with a space dot. Now in order to reset the changes from both staging area and working directory at the same time, let me just mark it here. Now we want to make the changes from both workspace and staging area. We can use the command git reset -- hard. Now let's quickly jump into the lab and see this in action, where the things will be more clear. I will go ahead and create a directory called test reset. Let's go inside the directory test reset. Let's initialize the git here by using the command git init. It's initialized. Yes, it's initialized. Now I'm going to create a file here by using the cat command, test01. Let me write some content here. Hi, welcome to Cloudtechs Club. Going to save it with the Ctrl D. Let's check the git status. So the file is untracked right now. It means it is present in our working directory. Now I'll move it to the staging area by using the command git add, and let's see the git status now. Now it is in the staging area. So I'm going to use the command git reset space dot to undo the changes. Now let's see the git status. Now the file is again, you can see, within the workspace only. It is not within the staging area. You can see the difference of output here. This is the staging area output and this is the workspace output. Now let's do one thing. Let me add this into the staging area again. Let's see the status. Now it's moved to the staging area. Now I am going to remove this from both the workspace as well as from the staging area. Let me write the command, the git reset -hi. Let's check the status, the git status. Nothing is there. It's cleaned everything here. So that's it for now. In the next lecture we will discuss few more git terms. So stay tuned for the latest videos. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us grow and bring you more amazing content. Thank you.